Our next speaker, Mras, is going to absolutely rock your worlds. Michelle, where are you? There you are. Come on up here, Michelle. Come on up here. I met Michelle. Round of applause, please. You're going to be blown away by this woman. Really, let her hear. Let her feel some love right now. Her story is extraordinary. Please join me. Her story is extraordinary. Come on up. You're okay. And I met this amazing person in Utah at Maya Rose and Gerald Rogers' event. Legendary. Thank you so much. And we had an amazing eye-gazing experience, and the greatness I see in you experience that some of you got to witness yesterday. And that really was one of the moments that just hit me so hard. I remember looking at you and being like, is this person an alien or an angel? Or like, what is happening to me right now? Because there was such a profound, just like, moment. And really, really, really. And the look in your eye and the heart and the care and the expression of love that you emit is something that it can't be measured or condensed into words as hard as I'm trying right now. So I'm so glad that you're on stage with us right now, and you all are going to hear an amazing story of perseverance and love and insight that is going to blast you wide open, and I'm so glad that you're here. So please, loud and proud, Michelle Mras. Let her hear it, everyone.
Imagine if you lived your life unapologetically. How would that shift your reality? At 16, without warning, my reality was radically shifted. In the blink of an eye, I went from the protective shelter of my parents' military home to being kicked out into a world that was foreign to me. Fear, uncertainty, hopelessness, hostility. I was unprepared. My world imploded. How would I survive? I became hyper-focused on what I lacked. I felt sorry for who I was, what I was, where I was, and why I was a failure. My downward spiral intensified. I moved through the stages of grief. I didn't realize I was stuck in the denial state until my car accident. For 18 months, I lived stuck in my head, unable to move, to speak. All my self-doubt came back. Once again, my world imploded. As the months went by, I evaluated every portion of my life, my ups, my downs, every opportunity I missed because of self-doubt. With time, I realized that my brain injury wasn't a curse. It was a gift of clarity. Not a victim of my circumstances, but rather the crafter. I stopped harshly judging myself and started to see my potential. The mental shift I experienced helped me forgive and walk away from my past pains. I began to see others past their actions into who they really are. And I realized in myself that they too are the crafters of their destiny. As I reflected on my past experience, I discovered that regardless of what country I lived or traveled, the trend among professionals is doubt and depression. Doubting their abilities and potential. Depression seeping in because they live in an unfulfilled life. Much like my old self, they remain focused on what they lack. Overwhelmed, helpless, angry, unhappy, lost in themselves, afraid to step out of their comfort zones. Countless people live their lives apologizing for what they're not, instead of owning their highest potential. I knew there was something I had to do. Life is precious and short. Stuck in self-doubt and depression is no way to live. That's why I became a coach.
Working with Michelle changed my life dramatically. I felt lost before finding Michelle in my life.
She gave me the motivation I needed to really want to pursue a life of coaching, a life of speaking and leadership development.
She has helped me to grow in ways that I never imagined.
As soon as Michelle started talking with these students, they realized that they can be something more.
She's one of those people that you meet and you're never going to forget.
That is Michelle for me. She has raised the bar on who I am as a person, as a coach, as a speaker.
If you start working with Michelle, then my gosh, your dreams are the limits.
My mission and passion is in helping you. People who are ready to move, take action, do it now. I don't coddle. I conquer with courageous clients. Life is short. Tomorrow is never promised. My brain injury and battle with breast cancer helps me become intimate with my inner critics. Together, we remove the veil of perceived inadequacies to step into who you are. Embrace the mindset. Be transformed into the person who's waiting for you to emerge. You are phenomenal. Where's your passion? Don't fear what lies beyond your comfort zone. Long for more. Leave that legacy of average, that 9 to 5. Don't continue living your life apologetic. Maya Angelou said, "My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style." Join me and live your life unapologetically. Do you know where you're going to? Do you like the things that life is showing you? Where are you going to? Do you know? As you saw in the video, I'm a military brat, and I grew up in my mother's country of the Philippines. So everything I knew about America was from movies. And in my world, I thought, because I was half black and half Filipino, I was going to grow up to be a maid, a slave, or a garbage man. That is how my brain worked. And so when I was growing up, I thought, who am I? And when I would hear Diana Ross sing that song from Mahogany, I would cry. Cry. Big alligator tears. Because I didn't know where I was going to go, because no one looked like me. I had no one to follow. My father was in the military. My mother was a telephone operator. But in my little mind, I had to be a slave. How many of you, as a child, dreamed of being an astronaut, ballerina, actor, all of it, all at the same time? All of it at the same time, yes. I was going to be Cara Burnett, astronaut, fighter pilot, garbage man, and maid. But that's beside the point. The thing is when we were younger, we dreamed, and we believed those dreams could come true. But as we get older, we start forgetting that those dreams can come true. About what age do you think that you stopped dreaming big? About 8 or 7. It's when we started paying attention to other people. It's when we started listening to the boxes that the teachers told us we had to color within the lines. It's when we lost the belief that we could be more than what we see in front of us. Also that video, I lived my life small. And as I've been listening to all the speakers these past 2 days now, I realized that you're all in the same boat together. We all want more. And the thing is we were all afraid to do that more. I lived a very small life. I was a good girl. I loved my daddy. I was such a good girl. I wouldn't leave the box. How many of you are so good you wouldn't leave the box because your parents told you not to? Yeah. I remember I would walk down the street. I remember I told you I grew up in the Philippines, so I thought everything in America was off of TV. So I was in love with Gene Kelly. Do you know who Gene Kelly is? I'm singing in the rain. Okay, that guy. I was in love with him. And so when I came to America for the very first time when I was 8, I got off the airplane and I thought America was paved with gold and that everyone sang. I got out of the airplane in New Orleans, Louisiana, and I came off the plane and I went, good morning. And my sister grabbed me by my face, pulled me back, and she said, people don't sing like that, shut up. And another bubble popped in my mind. People aren't happy like I thought people were going to be happy. People weren't dancing with butterflies and, ha, 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 ha. I was expecting a Disney movie in America and it didn't happen. How many of you have had a dream where something small happened and you dropped it? Case in point. I psychically moved that. That's what I did. But But in 2014, remember I told you I was living a small life. I was playing it easy. I did everything the way I was supposed to be. I was a good wife. I was a good mother. I'm a military spouse. So I was the cook, the cake maker, the candlestick maker. I did everything because my husband was out fighting a war. And I did the good wife thing, the good mom thing, and I played small. And every time I wanted to step out of that box, the world said, no. And I would step back. You see, until 2014, I believed that my mission in life was to write speeches for other people. Do not throw tomatoes at me at what I'm about to say. I wrote speeches for politicians. I can see those verbal throws. No, the thing is I wrote speeches for politicians because I wanted to change the world. What's the best way to change the world? Change the people who are making the rules. So if I could get the good people in, I could change the world. And what happened was I wrote these speeches and I made these wonderful speeches out of what they told me they said, what they believed in. And they'd get to that big swamp in the world over there and do whatever they wanted. And I realized I'm in the wrong business. I'm making people look good who shouldn't be looking good. I should show them who they really are. I don't want to be part of this. Now, God in the universe is really funny, right? Got a great sense of humor. I'm sitting on my computer one day and I'm typing away. I've got computer, and I'm working my butt off because what did Jeff say I was? One of those overworking people who don't stop and keep working? That's me. And I'm sitting there typing, and I said out loud, dear God, I am so tired. I just need a frickin' break. My alarm went off and I had to go pick up my kids, 2 kids. And I was driving along, minding my business, when out of the orange-colored sky, flash, bam, alakazam, a car ran a stop sign and hit me. I asked the universe for a break. I got a couple of them. 12 days later, another miracle happened. I went to the bank and I was putting in my last check from working my politic job. And I went to the teller and I said, excuse me, ma'am, I'd like to deposit this and I'd like cash back. And she said, huh? I'd like to deposit this. I'd like 200 back. She went, what's wrong with her? Michelle, what's wrong with you? I'm like, what's going on? She says, Michelle, you keep saying macaroni, cheese, spaghetti over and over again. You are making no sense. And I looked at my daughter and I went, what? What are you talking? What's going on? Macaroni, cheese, spaghetti, macaroni, cheese, spaghetti. What we didn't know is that car accident that I thought I was perfectly fine from. I have a traumatic brain injury. I'm missing 4 parts of my brain. My frontal lobe over my left ear, the back of my head, my 2 hemispheres have disconnected. I should not be here by doctor standards. Now that day was very miraculous for me, and that's why I say it's a magic day, because I stopped speaking that day. And then the next day I stopped walking. For the next 2 years, 3 months, I did not walk or talk. All I could move were my eyes. Now, you've seen me dancing and prodding and singing and everything. Imagine this woman stuck in here. How many of you have inner critics? Guess when they get really loud? Yes! When you can't talk back. Every one of my inner critics came and got me. I was carried downstairs every morning by my husband, put on a couch, lined up with pills, and then alarms on my phone to remember when to eat and stuff. I didn't remember. It was loud enough for my children to hear me upstairs to come down and take care of their mother. So, beep, 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 someone's got to bring Michelle to the bathroom. Beep, 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 someone's got to feed. Now, the thing about this is I'm a 40, at the time, I'm not that young anymore. I was a 47-year-old woman being taken care of by my husband and my children. It was hell. I mean, it was hell. And I had to argue with these voices in my head telling me, you played small, you don't deserve to live. Go ahead and die. You played small all your life. Give it to someone else. Someone else is waiting. Do it another time, but go. So I'm sitting on this couch unable to move, and unable to do anything but move my eyes. All the doctors, my family, all talked around me like I was already dead. And I knew what they were saying. And all I could do was look at them. The worst joke God and the universe has played on me is I found the perfect way to kill myself, but I couldn't move to do it. And I remember that day I was sitting on that couch and I was screaming at God, the source, whatever you are, kill me already, just kill me. Please don't leave me like this, please. Please kill me. And I heard, you're not dead yet, get up. You'll find in my TED Talk, I say it, that it's my mother-in-law. I only said it because they wouldn't let me say God and the universe. So I said my mother-in-law, they let it in. So I found myself 6 feet from a couch I know I can't walk from, on my knees with my hands up in the air. And in the voice that I heard, you're not dead yet, I saw a flash of everything bad that had ever happened in my life. Every push, every shove, every beat, every rape, every push, everything bad. Someone was holding me. Someone was taking care of me. And I promise God, the universe, source, whatever was up there, give me back my brain. Take my body, just give me back my brain, and I will do whatever you want me to do. I will say yes to every opportunity. I will smile at people, and when they smile back like Jackson did, I will go to them. Because that is what Source wants me to do. I live that way. That was my moment of golden light, stepping into who I truly am. I saw myself dead, and I know what it feels like. So I start moving. I do my TED Talk. I have a 16-second memory. And by the way, pre-warning, when you look for me, Michelle Mras, you will find a 389-pound woman on a TED Talk. It's me. Look at my face. You'll be able to see it. This is me still. But I've lost 2 people since then. Thank you. So when someone tells you what you can and cannot do because of your age, your sex, your whatever, that's them putting their limitations on you. I was told I was 50, menopausal, no way you're ever going to lose weight. You're going to be this, you're going to be that, you're going to be that. You've got a brain injury, you're never going to talk again. Good luck if you keep walking. All of this crap they just piled in my head. And because they have white coats, I should have believed them. But I didn't. And neither should you. They call it a practice because it's a practice. We're all guinea pigs. And what they were telling me was that I would never walk or talk again. I'm talking! And the other part of this is I learned I could sing during my brain injury when I couldn't walk or talk. Now, something that's really crazy, if we have any mind people in here, is I could not say glass of water. I would say liquid, cylinder. But I'd like some water, please. Came out perfect. So I took that as a clue. I'm supposed to sing. Now, I wanted to share on this stage today because we're at Aura about stepping into who we truly are, what we really want to be. I was given 6 different chances to do that. First by a car, then God please kill me. Then, within 6 months of my TED Talk, I was diagnosed with breast cancer and given 2 months to live. Now, what happens to someone who already contemplated life and death, who already had their list to do, and then are told that you're going to die in 2 months? Less than 2 months, actually, 3 months-ish. I move faster. If I only had less than 3 months to survive, I'm going to do everything I possibly can. It was the biggest gift I could have ever been given, a time limit. So I encourage each of you, whatever you're waiting for, whatever sign, I'm the sign. Take it, do it, go do whatever you feel you need to do. Life is short. You are not promised tomorrow. I've died on 3 operating tables. 3. And I tell you, it's absolutely beautiful on the other side. It really is. And I remember, I there you are. I went up, I left my body, and I remember floating into space. And who here is old enough to know Highlander, the movie Highlander? There can be only one. Okay, you have to watch it, because if you ever want to have any idea of what it feels like on the other side, when they chop off someone else, I know it sounds bad, when they chop off one of the other people's heads, they do, I feel everything, I am everything. I was everything. I felt the grass. I felt water droplets. It was the most beautiful, amazing experience ever. And then I felt, and I landed back in my freaking body. And I remember being, oh man. But I knew I was meant to come back for something else. I'm supposed to do something. And so when Jackson said, would you think about coming? I'm like, yes, yes, because my whole purpose in life is I'm supposed to share that story with you. I'm supposed to share that I was completely lost. I'm only 55 now, okay? So this happened when I was 47. This is a very short time period of realization and growth. Just last month, I was telling Gerald this. Just last month, I was approached with a music album. I'm doing a music album. Think about this. Thank you. I didn't expect that. But the thing is the whole purpose of this is, it's never too late. There's always enough time to do it now. Not, I think I might write a book in 10 years. No, now. Whenever a thought comes into your head, it's now. It's not tomorrow. It's not next week. It's now. And what I've realized is everything I've done quite whimsically, actually. I was just like, oh, okay. And I do it. And the world just starts opening up for me. I was not a public speaker when my brain injury happened, okay? So now I am. I also have about 27 books. I've been busy. So since I only have like a couple of more minutes left, I want to share. I did not put my whole story in one book because I thought it might blow people's brains out. So if you'd like to connect with me, on the bottom left is where's Ray Perez? My drm360.com site on the bottom left. And if you'd like to connect with me is the bigger dot in the middle, the square in the middle. So who would like, it's called Hold My Crown, Women of Grit Share Stories of Resilience. It is the very first compilation book I made. There's 20 of us in here. We all share a different part of our lives. It's free to whoever gets up here. That's dangerous. Okay. Well, since you're still up here, I'm going to, do you want the cancer story or do you want, okay. This one? Okay. So this is the other book. So she got Hold My Crown. She almost took me out for it. But Hold My Crown's been on Times Square. It's been everywhere. It's huge. And I'm about to do another book, and I've been looking at Gerald because he doesn't know it, and Jeff and Jackson. But Hold My Crown, Men of Grit Share Stories of Vulnerability is my next book. Because my download was enough with the women, the men need help. Okay. Okay, don't go too far. You're right in front of me. Okay. The next book is called Unapologetic. This is a bit of my dissertation. Yes, I got my doctorate with a brain injury. Yes, I did. But Unapologetic is basically what I did is I did all the pros and cons of every job, every boss, every experience I've ever had, everything I learned and what I learned to good and what not so good. It's fun. And since you almost beat me up here before, I didn't want to get beat up again. Thank you. And then the last book, and whoever has the books, I will autograph them, okay? So come see me. This other one, Okay, I do have a brain injury. In 2020, during the COVID, I was asked to write a story about my cancer, and I forgot I wrote it. 2 weeks ago, I got a box of these books, and I opened it up, and I read from the back of the book, and I started crying, and I said, my God, this poor woman, all the crying stuff she went through. And then I flipped it, and it was me. So, bonus with brain injury. Who would like the cancer? Oh, there you go. Thank you. So before I go, I ask you the question again. Do you know where you're going to? Do you like the things that life is showing you? Where are you going to? Do you know? You've got to know. Take care. We have to do one more plug. Thank you. You must come see Gerald. He blew my mind. He walked on top of me. You've got to go to this hypnosis thing, okay? Right, Gerald? Thank you.